The soft flicker of candlelight played across the table, set with precision and care. Crystal glasses caught the glow, gleaming beside plates of pristine porcelain. The scent of lilies, her favorite, hung thick in the air, mixing with the rich aroma of rosemary lamb roasting in the oven. It should have been a celebration, a toast to a decade of marriage. Instead, it felt like a silent vigil. I glanced at my watch again. 8:17 p.m. late. Again. Lately. That had become her pattern, always accompanied by rushed apologies about work emergencies or meetings that ran long. At first, I believed her. Love makes you blind to what you don't want to see. But the signs have become impossible to ignore. Furtive glances, hushed phone calls, and the unfamiliar scent of another man's cologne clinging to her clothes. When I finally heard the key in the lock, my heart clenched with something between dread and resignation. She stepped through the door, eyes widening as she saw the table. "Wow," she said softly, surprise lacing her voice. "What's all this?" "Happy anniversary," I replied, my tone calm but cold. Her eyes shifted nervously, lingering too long on the two place settings. Her face paled. I didn't realize," she muttered, voice faltering. "Didn't realize what, Amelia?" Before she could answer, the dining room door creaked open, and a man stepped out. Paxton, her co-worker, the same man whose cologne I'd smelled. He looked caught off guard, his tie loosened, his expression sliding from confusion to panic as realization sank in. Her mask crumbled in an instant. "Daniel, I can explain." "Explain what?" My voice turned sharp. "Explain how you lied to me, how you snuck around behind my back while I was in here setting this up." "It just happened," she whispered. "Happened?" I laughed bitterly. "What, like a thunderstorm? Like a car crash?" "No, Amelia. Cheating doesn't just happen. It's a series of choices. Choices you made." Paxton fidgeted, trying to offer some excuse about not knowing how serious our relationship was. "A weak lie." My fists clenched as I took a step forward. "Get out." He didn't argue. He backed away, nearly tripping over himself in his hurry to escape, throwing one last glance at Amelia before disappearing. She stood motionless, like a statue in the warm candlelight, her tears already beginning to fall. The romantic setting I had worked so hard to create now felt twisted, almost cruel. The lilies mocked. The candles threw harsh shadows on the wall. "You lied," I said, my voice cracking with anger. "You tore down everything we built." She sobbed, trembling. But I felt no warmth, no comfort to offer, only a cold emptiness where love used to be. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "Sorry is enough," I replied flatly. I walked over to the stereo and pressed play. The opening notes of our wedding song filled the air. Her face twisted in pain. "This was our song," I said, "the one we danced to when we made our vows. Do you even remember those promises?" I picked up our wedding photo from the mantel and held it out. "Do you remember this day?" She nodded, her shoulders shaking. I threw the frame against the wall. Glass exploded outward like shrapnel. The sound echoed through the room. "Just like our marriage," I said. "Shattered." She didn't fight back. She picked up her purse with trembling hands and walked out, leaving me surrounded by the ruins of what had once been love. The weeks that followed passed in a haze. I barely slept. I barely ate. My days bled together in silence and sadness. I threw myself into work, desperate for anything that would keep my mind off the gaping void in my chest. Therapy helped. Slowly, piece by painful piece, I began to put myself back together. Then one day, I got an email from a woman named Nora, Paxton's wife. She knew. She had learned about everything. Amelia's affair, the anniversary ambush, the betrayal. She was livid, gutted, and determined not to let it go unpunished. We met at a cafe. Two strangers with broken hearts and matching wounds. We talked for hours, trading stories of lies and pain, and in those conversations, a plan took shape. Paxton had a carefully curated life, a shining career in finance, a man who lived behind a mask of ambition and integrity. But Nora had access to his phone, his computer, his secrets. Together, we built a case. Emails, photos, financial records, evidence of other affairs, shady business dealings. We leaked it to the right people, his company, the media. The fallout was swift. He lost his job, his reputation, his marriage. He became toxic, abandoned by the very circle that once praised him. Amelia didn't come out unscathed either. Her reputation suffered. Friends turned cold. The whispers followed her everywhere. She reached out to me, tried to offer apologies, explanations. I ignored them all. There was nothing left to say. It wasn't just about revenge. It was about finding my power again, about showing myself that I wouldn't be broken. Time passed. The pain softened. I learned to trust again, not easily, but eventually. I found joy in simple things, in quiet sincerity, not grand gestures. I came to understand that love isn't about drama or showmanship. It's about respect, honesty, and loyalty. As for Amelia and Paxton, they vanished from my life like ghosts. Faded memories of a storm I had weathered. The scars they left still remain, but they no longer define me. They remind me of how far I've come, of what I endured, and of the strength I found when everything else had fallen apart.